go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by introducing you, kind of tell people where we're at, what we're doing.
Okay.
We can talk about this show. It's kind of small talk stuff to start with. Ease you up a little bit.
Okay, because I'm
And
just bad.
I can tell. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I don't like to talk very much, and I definitely don't like to talk about myself at all.
I know John Van Stone was like, good luck. He barely talks to me and I've known him forever.
I know, I don't. I especially don't like to talk about myself. Not my favorite subject.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Cowgirl Kind is a beef tallow skincare business based on high quality, small batches made with care and intention. All ingredients are carefully and thoughtfully sourced for the highest quality. It is an incredibly effective product. Cowgirl Kind is locally owned and handmade by Melinda Kirkby. Visit cowgirlkind.com. At Arena Mindset, we are empowering athletes to transform their lives by cultivating grit, resilience, purpose, and authenticity. We believe the mind is an athlete's most powerful tool, and by overcoming the challenges of mental performance, they can build unshakable confidence and achieve success in every arena of life. For more information, you can find us at arenamindset.net or on our Facebook page. Welcome to the show, everybody. We're here with Karl Smith of Karl Smith Performance Horses, and we're in Big Piney, Wyoming at the Cowboy Classic show here. My first time here. Welcome, Karl. How are you doing?
Doing fine.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Have you been to this show before?
I have not showed here. I judged here 3 or 4 years ago.
Gotcha.
I think I judged the first one they had here. They had a show here, and then missed a couple of years, and then they've had, I think, 2 more or something. So it's been a while since I've been here, but
Yeah.
judged it. Yeah.
It's such a nice facility.
Nice.
Like
Nice
out
place.
here in the middle of nowhere, tiny little town, like what is it, like 400 or 500 people? There's like tiny.
Yeah.
But this facility is insane.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Yeah. 2 giant indoors and an
Nice
outdoor.
stalls.
Big giant indoor warm-up pen.
Yep.
Nice stalls.
Nice
Yeah.
stalls, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew it was nice. I'd been by it before, but I hadn't really been in it. And it's pretty incredible.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if anybody's ever thinking about checking this one out, it's a fun small show. They're doing a big dinner tomorrow night,
Oh, are they?
spaghetti
Good.
feed, and the days are pretty reasonable and short.
Yeah.
And
It's fun.
yeah, we just got done having dinner with all of our friends and
Yep.
have time to do that kind of stuff. So that makes it
Incredible
nice.
food, too.
Yeah,
You guys are good cooks.
yeah. We had salmon, ribs,
Yeah.
pulled pork sandwiches. Everybody pitched in. It was
was
pretty
wonderful.
delicious. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So here showing Little Stormy Jones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's sure a nice stallion.
He's a nice horse.
Yeah.
He's the real deal. I mean, he's good and athletic and so quiet and calm and tries hard every time.
Yeah.
You know, he's the same horse every day.
And a stud.
And a stud. Yeah.
Yeah. It always impresses me at a lot of these shows. You show him in the open in either the bridle or the 2-rein, and he's phenomenal, like very impressive.
He's good.
And then your granddaughter, who is, what's Brooklyn, 6?
She's 7, I think.
And
Yeah, I think so. I think she just turned 8 in July.
okay. But she's been showing him since
Yeah,
she was
couple
even
years.
younger. Yeah. And she hops on him and takes him out in the little buckaroo, and he's just as honest as he can be.
Honest as he can be. And the funny thing about that horse, I know you hear things, you know, people think he's on drugs or he's drugged down or something. That horse is like that every day. He's not on anything, and I'll bet my house against theirs that he's not.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just
I
stone
believe
cold
it.
sober. That's him all day.
And I've seen him in multiple different settings. And
He doesn't change.
Yeah, and I 100% believe you because I've never seen him be any different. He's
He's
the
not.
same horse every time I've ever seen him.
Every day, all day.
Yeah.
Go see him now. I mean,
Right.
that's how he is.
Yeah.
That's just him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty unique.
He's very cool and beautiful to boot.
Yeah, he is.
At that last show, I was out videoing some of the little buckaroo stuff, and Brooklyn's on him, and then your grandson's sitting behind her double on him, and he's just sleeping, and all the kids are running around.
Yeah, he
He's
does
just
not care.
quiet as
And
can
that's
be.
him. That's him. That's his personality. That's just him.
That's so valuable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I mean, obviously there's benefits to that within your training and your
Sure.
experience with him, but how beneficial is that? Like, how much does that mean to you?
Well, it's a lot, and it's good for him too, because you don't have to ride the guts out of him to keep him tuned up and tuned in, and you know you got to ride him enough to keep him aired up and you know keep him sharp and stuff. But You don't have to grill him and tune on him and just ride him down. He's not like
Right.
that. Doesn't need it.
Right. It's going to help his joint health over his
Yeah,
lifetime,
longevity will be good.
his mental state,
Mental's
all of the
good. Yeah,
things. Yeah.
yeah, he should be fine. He makes him. If everybody had one like that, I mean,
Make it feel easy, wouldn't
oh
it?
man,
Yeah.
he's so good. Good horse.
They're standing him too now at Outback, aren't
Yeah,
they?
this last year they bred some mares, and he isn't. They'll be born in the spring, the first ones. So they'll
I'm
be fun to
really
see.
curious to see what happens.
Me too.
I'm praying they get that disposition
Oh, me too.
because
Yeah,
he is really cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
They should. He's a fun horse.
That's awesome. It's good to have a good one like that in your barn that you can rely on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes it easy,
Yeah, no kidding.
and it's fun to show. You look forward to show, and you just can't wait to come and show because when you're there, you're going to be competitive. I
Right.
mean, not, again, you don't win everything, and you can't. Nobody does.
No, no.
But I mean, you're one of the ones to beat when you're there, and that's a lot of fun.
That is
It gives you a lot of
good feeling.
confidence.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
feeling. Yeah, you guys make a great team.
Yeah, I'm grateful for him.
Well, Carl, I would like to really dive into your experiences. You're not only an open rider that's had some phenomenal accomplishments and experiences in your career. You are also have been a non-pro coach. You are a judge with a current card. You have been judging at the World Show. So I would really like to get into all of that, but I think we need to start with, where were you born? How were you raised? How did you get into horses? Those types of things.
Well, I was born in Rexburg. My parents were going to school over there, and they were there. Yeah, my grandpa had a heart attack when my dad was going to school there, and I was a year old or something. So he had to go back to the farm, so they moved there. So back to where he was from in Holbrook, Idaho, and had a lot of horses. They had a dry farm there, and then we had a ranch up in Mackey, Idaho, central Idaho, and we moved there to run that ranch when I was probably 3 or 4, probably about three or four. And actually, we didn't even plan on. My dad went up to put up hay. We went with him and stayed.
Just never left
Just
again.
never left. 18 years we were there.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's an extended stay.
Yeah, we stayed for a while. Yep, cattle ranch up there. We had about 500 mother cows
Oh wow,
on that place.
it's a big operation.
Yeah, and then the other one in Holbrook, they had about 400 cows there. They ran them together, so
Wow.
we had quite a few cows.
Yeah.
And we did everything horseback, everything. I mean, people would ride the motorcycle over to change water. We didn't do that. We rode our horse over to change water.
Oh
And,
wow.
I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
Everything.
everything. We rode it everywhere. And like you'd be cutting hay over across the river or something, you wouldn't drive, you'd catch your horse, ride him over there, tie him to the tree, run the swather all day. Ride
Ride your horse home?
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's just what we did.
So from the time you were just a little kid, that
Little.
was the way you lived, huh?
That's just how it
On a
was,
horse.
yeah. Horses, my dad liked horsepower. It was, if there was something to move, you didn't go get the tractor and drag it. You got a horse and moved it. So, it's just how he was.
I love that.
I know.
And now it's so different in most operations these days. It's all
Yeah.
about time management and
Four-wheelers and all that,
four-wheelers and
yeah.
things like that.
There was none of that.
Yeah.
No. And they didn't have them back then either, but but it wasn't an option.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We ran those cows up in Copper Basin up there, turned them out on the range, and did a lot of riding up there. Jeez, thousands of miles. I don't even know.
Really.
And yeah, they had to haul us up there. We could, move the cows from one canyon to the next or something. And so we'd drive the truck up there. They didn't have trailers back then. We drove the trucks. And so you drive the truck up there, unload, move your cows all day. And then when you got them where you're going, Dad would say, well, home's that way. Head home that way. I'll ride back and get the truck, and I'll pick you up on the way. So if you got ahead of him too far, got to the top of there at Lehman Canyon, they couldn't pick you up until you were down at the bottom on the other end. So,
Oh, jeez.
so you'd have to ride at the bottom, and so you'd get down at the bottom, and Dad would pull up there, and he'd say, well, it's only about 3 more miles to home, so you just ride the rest of the way.
Oh my God.
So we've already rode 20 miles a day. What's 3 more?
Wow.
So all the time.
Your horses were in shape.
Oh man! And that's we raised a lot of horses there, and probably I'll bet they had 20 mares or something. I don't know, with colts on them. And part of what we did is raise these colts ride them on the ranch and sell them. So sold them all. We started all of them every year, and if we had any left over that were clear up to 4 years old, they were old. We didn't.
Really?
No, we didn't. We rode colts. That's all we rode. We had one or two older horses we used once in a while, but we did all our branding and everything on colts and sold
Nice.
them. Yeah,
They were
so
good and broke when you sold them.
they were, yeah,
I'm sure
not our
you
kind of broke now, but they were ranch
using
broke good.
horses.
Yeah, they were, and so, but we had new ones every year to go with.
What was colt starting like back then?
Oh man, not like now. It was old school. It was, yeah, they would run them in there and not halt or broke or anything. Run them in, rope them by the front feet, bust them down on the ground. You know, put something on them, halter on them, saddle them up, put them around there a few times, and put you on. And we weren't very big, my brother and I. Put us on and run them around there a few times. And they might do that like 2 days, but they were out by the third day. They would open the gate out through the willows and the trees and the barbed wire fences and ditches. And he'd open the gate and said, I'll come find you.
I'll come find you. Away you go.
The way you'd go. And yeah, you'd go find you and you'd kind of follow him home, get back home. 3 or 4 or 5 days of that, you could kind of gee-haw him around and get around. And that's a lot of colts to start. Yeah, that was not like they do it now.
Wow.
So they were a little bronky.
Little.
And they weren't bred like they were now. We had good horses. My grandpa had race horses, a lot of them, and good ones. And so they were all racehorse bred.
Quarter horse racehorse?
Well, yeah, he had a few thoroughbreds, but mostly quarter horse. And he had a lot of good ones. And his philosophy was when I was little, they'd be running them horses, and he raced all over. And anybody who outrun him at the races, he would take a mare and breed to their stud. That was just his deal. So if they could outrun him, he'd breed a mare.
Not a bad way to look at it, I guess. Not a bad way to look at it.
But that's the kind of horses we had. They were good horses, but they were race horses. I'd never heard of a cow horse.
So you could, you were on them so long, they had to be fast.
Yeah, they were fast.
Or you weren't going to get your work done.
No, yeah, they were fast. They were bred to run, and they were good. But yeah, they weren't cow horse at all. Never heard of a cow horse.
Wow. Yeah.
But
That's funny. Well, and I mean, were the cow horse bloodlines around? I mean, were they around you back then?
No,
so
not really
much?
back then. If they were, I didn't know. I was young enough, young enough. I didn't follow the pedigrees too much. I knew a little bit about the running horses, but no, I didn't know of any cow horses around at all. Cutters or nothing. It wasn't really around there,
Right.
Never even saw one.
Right.
So
did your dad kind of teach you some of the horse training stuff and the colt starting stuff back
oh
then?
yeah. It was, that's all we had, and it was all about getting them going and getting them doing ranch work. That's what it was. It wasn't putting any kind of handle on them or anything. We didn't really know anything about that. You'd get as much as you knew, but I mean, we thought they were good at the time. They're not like today, but
they were good for what they did.
good for then, and of course, horsemanship for everybody back then was different than it is now. So
yeah, drastically.
Yeah, big different than it is now.
Yeah. You've seen a broad spectrum of horse training techniques in your career, for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot easier on the horses and the people now. The way do a better job, and the horses are a little easier too. And they start them younger. We started ours as 2-year-olds and stuff too. But they talk about how they handled those horses. They're older, throw them down and all that stuff. But they were talking about 6-year-old horses that had missed. I mean, they were tough, and you had to be tough.
Wow. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We started ours before that, but they still kind of did it the same way back then.
Yeah.
But there's easier ways.
So you pretty much were there your whole childhood then, right?
Yep.
And that was in Mackay, right?
In Mackay, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, up there above the reservoir. Yep.
You went to school there and everything?
Went to school. I graduated with, I think there was 23 kids in my graduating class.
Nice.
Yeah. I knew them all.
I bet. Probably dated every one of the girls.
Yeah, all 4 of them. Yeah. So, no, and then I think there was 80 kids in the whole high school, 500 people in the whole town, and we lived 12 miles north of there. So
you were still out in the
we were a ways out. Yeah.
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 That's small town feel though. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's okay. other than everybody knows your business before you do. But
Well,
that gets a little annoying, but
even in big towns, though, I feel like that
yeah,
happens. Like you get a community within a community, and then everybody still knows all your
they do.
business.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do. Yeah.
yeah. So did you, I mean, you were probably so busy working, but did you have the opportunity to do like any high school rodeo type stuff or?
Yeah, we rodeoed, roped a lot. I like to rope. We roped a lot, and we had a buck and shoot there. I rode bulls and saddle broncs and stuff, and all the neighbor kids would come over and we'd buck stuff out and rope all the time. And in the afternoons, evenings, whenever we got done early enough. But
So you had like a arena with buck and shoots at your house?
yep,
Well, that's a fun way for the friends to come over and play. A
yeah,
little different. Can
yeah,
you
we did.
imagine if you did that
I
today? Oh
know.
my gosh.
Yeah,
Have your kids' friends over to ride
yep.
bulls.
We'd run the range bulls in and buck all them, and we knew how they'd buck, and run the cows in, buck all the cows we could get in there. So they were fun. They were fun to ride, but play around on.
Yeah.
And then our neighbor there, one neighbor, Calvin Amy, he had 6 or 7 bucking horse practice horses. He'd bring over a whole trailer of those, and we'd buck those out all the time.
Oh, nice. Did he take them down the road? Like,
No, they were for him. He was rodeoing then. Him and other people. He was,
oh, okay.
several of us were riding there, and so yeah, we bucked those out 2 or 3 times a week.
So did you ever interrupt?
A little bit, not much past high school. I did in college a little bit.
Yeah.
But, yep.
Yeah.
But I could tell it wasn't going to be a very lucrative career for very long. So.
And high risk potential.
Yeah.
Not always the best reward.
No, it was fun. Oh, it was good.
Yeah. Did you like bulls or broncs better?
I liked saddle broncs. I could ride bulls fairly successfully, a little more successfully, and I wasn't that I really liked them, but I could ride them.
Right.
I could ride them and do pretty well there. And I wasn't as big then as I am now, but
You seem
I
tall.
could ride them.
You seem a little tall
A little
for
tall
a rough
for that,
side
yeah, and I
rider.
wasn't
Yeah.
as big then because I graduated high school when I was 17, started college when I was 17,
Oh, wow.
and so 17, 18, 19 years old. But
Where did you go to college?
CSI, College of Southern Idaho.
Oh, okay.
Rodeoed there, yeah.
Yeah. And they have the rodeo program there, so you were part of that.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
What was your major?
Welding,
Okay.
rodeo, and then welding. But
Yeah.
so yeah, welding. Went through the welding program and welded, welded for a living for a couple of years.
Oh.
Yeah, built horse trailers.
Oh.
Yeah, for Charmac trailers.
Okay.
And I really liked that. I worked in the park. When I first started there, they had kind of an assembly line. They were making some trailers, and so one guy'd make the frame and sand it down, and the other guy'd put on the side skeleton, and then the part where I was on, me and another guy, we were welding. The part we were doing was the cosmetic part, all the welds you would see on the outside, the skin and the fenders and all that stuff. Because they put the better welders there because that's the part people see.
Part you can see,
And that's
yeah.
where I was at, and I liked that. I really liked it. But then they changed that, and when I went into piecework, and I really liked that, where I was just building the pieces and send them out, and you were kind of your own boss, I like that. But it kind of started messing with some things and didn't. They put a price on something like saddle racks one time, made me mad. But they put saddle racks were $3 a piece, get the pieces welded together, $3, and you can make a bunch of them in a day. Well, I did that once, too many, like made 100 of them a day, and they said, oh, that's too much. So they cut the price to $1 a day, or $1 a piece.
Oh,
So don't do that,
No.
So if the harder you work, don't, no. So
no reward for that?
no, so that wasn't good, but
No. That's that's not the way to do business.
No.
That doesn't make
So,
much sense.
no. So you had to be careful. You could make up so much, and then they wouldn't squirm too much. But if you started working too hard, they didn't like that. So,
Yeah.
but I really liked working there. I liked the welding and the building.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So you went to CSI for what, probably 2 years? That's a 2-year college, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then went straight from there to Charmac.
No, well, I started working for a ranch right after Pam and I got married. We started working for a ranch out in Murtaugh, working there, starting his colts, taking care of his mares. He had a couple studs he's breeding and taking care of those and cleaning stalls and moving some pipe. And it sounded pretty good when I started, and didn't turn out to what I thought it was going to be. Started being about 130 hours a week, 120 hours a
Oh.
week.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
so yeah,
Not much time for sleep.
did that all summer. And then you start thinking, if I get two full-time jobs, that's only 80 hours a week, two paychecks, and still have time off.
Yeah, no
So
kidding.
that's when I changed, went over to Charmac and went over there. But
Gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha. So what year did you, oh, this is gonna be a trick question probably. What year did you get married? You and Pam got married?
spring of '88.
Nice.
Yeah,
Right off the top of your head, I'm
yeah,
impressed. Good job.
yeah, yeah.
And then you guys have two
Two
kids?
girls.
Two
Yep.
girls, yeah?
Hmm.
Yeah?
Yep. Oldest one's Kira Gurman, Kira and Brad Gurman. I don't know if everybody knows that, but they're rocking horse photography, and
Amazing.
that's my daughter and
They are
son-in-law.
amazing.
They do a good job.
Incredible. Like my favorite arena photographers. They're
Yeah.
fun to work with. We collaborate on stuff and they're kind and wonderful and
Yeah,
produce excellent photos.
they do get them
Yeah.
right out and do a good job there. And so yeah, she started that. Probably, I don't know why she just picked it up and did it and does well at it. So,
She found a niche for
Yeah.
sure. She's great at it.
yep.
Yeah.
And then my other daughter Casey Keller and her husband Cody. They live there. Casey works with me there, helps me at the barn and rides for me, rides with me.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's
Yeah,
nice.
she helps me. And they keep stuff going while I'm gone, when I'm gone, and
Nice.
luckily, because if you didn't have support at home, you can't be gone. So
Yeah, I don't know how anybody would do it.
you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
They keep stuff going and pipe moved and the horses fed and horses rode and they take care of things. So luckily for that,
Yeah.
grateful.
Yeah. You have great family.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
Really,
I have a
really
good
great
family.
Yeah. Yeah. So you get married, you do the ranch job. Well, tell me a little bit about your college rodeo career. So you guys went down the road and went to all the college
No, not
events
very
and-
much. Went to a couple, but not very much.
No.
It started. You got family to take care of and things going in, so you got to take care of that.
Take
So
care of that, yeah.
yeah, quit doing that and went to work. But
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Responsibilities
Yep.
catch up with us all.
I know.
Dang it.
Have to be an adult.
Oh man, it's the worst. Yeah. So you ranch, you do the Charmac thing.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you there?
I was at Charmac a couple of years. I think about 2 years, and then we bought our place over there in Jerome and moved across the river to Jerome. And the commute and stuff, I didn't like that. And so the city of Jerome there was hiring, and I went to work for them, for the city. And I started on the street department, and I didn't like that very much. So I transferred over to the water department and got to be a backhoe operator and run backhoe for them for, I don't know, I think I worked there about 7 years.
Wow.
But yeah, so, and I really liked to run the backhoe a lot, backhoe operator. Every time you're digging up something in the town, we're digging up a water line because that's what we were working on, live water. But you're also digging around gas lines and phone lines and power lines.
Yes.
So every time you put a hole in the ground, there's everything in there. So,
Yeah.
so you have to be pretty good. And I'd like that too.
Yeah.
I could run a backhoe pretty good. I haven't run it very much for several years, but run the neighbor's backhoe once in a while.
Yeah.
But not like I used to.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like that.
7 years there, huh?
Yeah, that was enough. So that was enough. Yeah.
So I skipped over something and I feel like we need to circle back because I'm looking through of course I know your daughter. I know both your daughters.
Yeah.
And so of course I had to reach out for some help on good conversation starters with you. And I'm seeing here, oh, it's actually your wife said that I need to ask about your first pony, and we skipped that
Oh,
entirely.
my first pony.
How could we have done that? I feel like we need to talk about that.
Yeah, no, he was so mean. He was so miserable, that pony. Little paint pony. I had a little paint pony. Got him when I was about 5. And he probably was okay, but he was so mean to me. He was so rotten. So he wasn't broken. We got him. My dad started even kind of put us on, and there we go. But this rotten little horse, you'd go to try to get on him, you'd be climbing up there. You're not very big, and you're climbing up there, and he'd reach over and step on your foot and stand there.
Oh, no.
And it wasn't an accident because he did it all the time. So, and you're not big. What are you going to do? You're this tall.
Right.
So you stand on your foot, and then,
You're pushing and punching. And
he isn't going to move because he knows what he's doing. So then you'd ride him around, and you'd go through the gate, and he would go through the gate and scrape your leg on the post every time he went through there.
Oh,
And same thing, you're too little. What are you gonna do?
oh.
Scrape you off on the, or he'd go under the willows. The willows grow out of the ground and kind of mushroom out. And he'd go under those and get under there and stand there, and you're all hunkered down. And you can't get him out from under. He was just rotten. Just
It's always so funny to me because we always think that we should get our kids a pony. And there are, don't get me wrong.
yeah, there's some good
There
ones.
are some good ones out there that
Yeah.
people have really put some time into, and those ones are absolutely worth the money.
Yep.
Pay good money for the good pony.
You bet.
But you find the rotten little $200
Oh,
one,
man.
and everybody's like, "Oh, this will be great. It'll teach my kid and build some confidence." And they just beat the crap out of you. I
Teach your
had
kid to hate
several.
horses.
Yeah, I had several that were just awful. Drag
Yep.
you through
Yep.
shrubs and
Oh, they're
stand on you.
terrible.
And
Yep.
yeah, they're
He
the
would do that. He wouldn't really buck hard, but he'd turn around and he'd kind of shake and kick up and buck you off. And then you're walking home and yeah. So I wish I had him back now.
now I'll teach
Yeah,
you a thing
I'll
or two.
fix him.
I've learned all kinds of new
Yeah.
tricks.
So, and he probably wasn't that bad, but he could take advantage of a little kid really easy, and he would.
Really?
Yeah, all the time,
Yeah.
daily.
Unfortunately, there are some of those out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it wasn't an option if we wanted to ride him or not. That wasn't it.
Getting on
You're
there.
getting on him. There was no.
Either he's going to get better or you're going to get tougher.
Didn't matter. Didn't matter. My dad, he was one. He'd put you on and ride down through the trees or up through the hills, and he didn't even look back. I mean, you better keep up.
Yeah.
He wasn't waiting for you. So
Yeah. Made you tough,
it did. Yeah. Oh yeah.
capable,
Capable.
Yeah.
A lot of miles.
Not-
And he didn't wait for you.
not a helicopter parent.
Nope. Nope. And you better not be whining if you fell off. Get back. He didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
made you tough.
I think that was a little bit more common back then.
It was,
I think.
yeah.
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 A little different experience out there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also want to bring up, you have a boxing experience at CSI? Now, are we talking cow horse boxing or are we talking fist fighting boxing?
Uh,
In your
both.
college days?
No.
Was there some
Well,
of both?
A little of both. No, I didn't fist fight too much in college. I did a lot in high school, but boxing was in college. They just had a boxing smoker, and we boxed a lot, and I really, really liked it.
Yeah?
I really liked it. Yeah, boxed a lot there. So every night after rodeo practice, a lot of them kids didn't like to box, so they wouldn't. But some of us did, and we boxed every night after rodeo practice. And liked
Really?
it. Yeah.
Are you
liked
guys putting down money on it or what? Or just
No,
for
just
funsies?
kind of punch each other in the nose all the time. And so, but
That's such a guy thing. You would
I enjoyed it. I
you
really
would
liked
never
it.
see girls just like
No.
standing around punching each other in the
Yeah,
face.
but I liked it. I liked it. But yeah,
Huh.
but it was kind of like because growing up there, it was kind of a tough school. There were some bullies and stuff, and so there was quite a bit of fist fighting going on. And you do enough of that, you get pretty good at it. So.
Yeah.
And it's more fun when you're good at it. If you're not very good at it, it's not very fun.
No, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Get good at it and then
Yeah.
avoid getting hit, and it's a lot more enjoyable. Yeah. So was this like, so it's like smokers in the arena, essentially?
Yeah.
Get done riding a bull and then just go.
Yeah, well, we had a room there, kind of like this, only a little bigger, but I had a bunch of bags and stuff, and we'd practice in there all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You guys were serious about it.
Oh, yeah,
Wasn't
it was
just like crack some beers and see who could do it, huh?
yeah, everybody, yeah, just like I said, the ones who liked it, we'd all box all the time, and the ones who didn't wouldn't show up.
Really?
No, they'd have a smoker once a year, and we'd play around in that. And the last time I boxed in it, I wasn't even going to school at CSI. I went over there the smoker was coming up, and I went over to get some tickets. I want to go watch it, So I went in there, and Sean Davis, he says, "You want to fight in the smoker?" I said, "Sure." So
How old are you now at this point?
I was like 19 or 20. I don't know.
Okay. So still
So,
young enough.
Still young enough to say
Not know
yes.
better, yeah.
So I had 3 days to get ready. So but that was good.
Hopefully you were still in good shape.
Yeah, I
and
was good
prepared.
enough. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The kid I fought that time wasn't very tough. It wasn't very hard. But, so
Any memorable stories from that, particular ones?
no, not for me. Not too much that I know of.
Or is it like head trauma that you can't remember?
Yeah,
No, I'm just
probably
kidding.
no. No, they were all fun. It was. Yeah, I can't think of any.
No, yeah. That's
Just
interesting.
boxing match, yeah,
Huh.
like that. wrestled in high school like that too.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Like
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. Wrestling is always like one of those sports that I've really admired because it takes so much endurance,
Yeah, it's hard.
strength, core strength, balance.
It
Like,
does.
you know, it really encompasses all athleticism into one
It
package.
does. And they call it the greatest sport, and it is, because it does all that physical part too, but it also teaches you to control your emotions.
Yeah, the mental aspect and emotional aspect of
You
that.
got to control your emotions, because if you get mad, you'll lose.
Right.
You got to be smart and think, and it's good for that. And it teaches you how to win humbly, and teaches you how to lose humbly. So
Right.
it
Absolutely.
does, and it's that's why they call it the greatest sport. It is. It's a good one. Every boy should wrestle, and girls should too.
Yeah.
And I'm not. Girls don't wrestle boys, but
Yeah.
girl.
Girls wrestling girls.
Yeah, that's it's
And
good.
it's growing a lot.
It is. There's a lot of
there's
them
a
now.
lot of
They
female
have a girls
wrestlers.
team at our high school.
Yeah,
in there in
they do
Jerome.
it in Emmett too. Yeah.
And it's good. I would recommend it for anybody.
Yeah, I actually, one of our daughters wrestled in
Good.
high school, broke her collarbone, but
Yeah.
other than that, it was a great
Sure.
experience for her.
It's
Yeah.
good for them,
Yeah,
and it makes them tough,
yeah, I
mentally
agree.
and physically, both. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's wise to encourage your kids to participate in those types of things.
Yep. And that's the other thing too, is it's not a team sport. It's all on you. It's all, if you win or lose, it's all on you. How hard you prepared, how much you worked at it, how hard you tried.
Right.
Can't blame it on anybody else.
No, yeah, and that's, I mean, great lessons for life
It
in
is.
general.
In general, really good lessons for life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're in control.
Yep. I'd recommend it for everyone.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll fast forward back to where we were now, but I had to take those side notes because I was
Yeah.
very intrigued by those notes that I got sent. There's more, but I think I can hold off on asking you some of these other questions for a little bit
I
later.
don't know. I don't have any stories.
So you're working at the city. You're there for 7 years, equipment
Long years.
operator. 7 long years.
Yeah.
Clocking in on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Going every day there.
Yeah,
That wasn't for me.
not your cup of tea.
No.
So what did you do after you left there?
Well, we bought our farm there, bought a little 50 acres there, and when we were taking the loan and stuff, the banker told him what the payment was. He told me what the payment was, and I told him, well, I could train enough horses and shoe enough horses to make that payment. And he says, oh no, you can't. You can't do that. And I said, okay. I just thought, well, okay, watch this. So I started.
Tell me I won't.
Yeah, exactly. Watch this. So I started, and like I said, I grew up riding colts. That's all I knew. So riding colts and starting horses there wasn't that big a leap at all. And so started doing that. Started shoeing some horses. Guy I worked with there at the city was a horse shoer. He had taught shoeing school down in Phoenix and had been shoeing horses down in Phoenix for several years. And then he was down there. Somebody told him there's less people in the whole state of Idaho than there is in the city of Phoenix. And he was living here in a month. He had moved right up when he heard that.
Yeah.
So he was working there, and he was getting ready to retire, quit shoeing horses. He was shoeing part-time and working there part-time. And so I was kind of wanting to start shoeing horses. So I started shoeing some horses with him, rode around with him for about a year, and learned a lot, taught me a lot. And then he quit, and I kind of took over his business and started building my own while I was still working there. And when I worked there, we worked 4 10-hour days, 7 through 5:30, I think, and had Fridays off. So I'd shoe horses Friday and Saturday. And then it got to shoeing a couple every night after work, and all day Friday and all day Saturday. And pretty soon it got where I can't do both and ride colts. I was riding colts too, and moving my pipe. So it was just too much. So I had to decide, you can't do both. You got to, pick one. So I had to pick one that pays more, which was working for myself. So I quit working for the city, and
Never
I haven't looked back. No, haven't missed them 1 minute. So
Yeah. So
in fact,
you
a few years ago, one guy there that I used to work with said, "You want to come back to working? You want to come?" No, I don't.
I'm pretty
You
content.
can't afford me. No.
Exactly.
No.
Can I write my own paycheck?
Yeah, even then, I don't think so. Yeah, he asked me to come back, but no,
Yeah.
I didn't even consider it.
Yeah.
No.
So you farm too, right?
Yeah, I have a small farm. Yeah, raise my own hay for my horses, and
Okay.
yeah,
Strictly hay?
yeah, just hay hay and pasture there, but yeah, have my own baler and my own swather and put up my own hay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like that part of it?
No, I hate farming. There's no words to explain how bad I hate farming.
What do you hate
God.
so much
Oh,
about it?
because nothing works. The sprinkler
Everything
pipe,
breaks.
geez, the sprinkler pipe, monkeying around with that, and then you get out your swather and it breaks down, and you got half the field cut, and and you got to fix it, and then you get it all cut, okay, get the baler out, and then it breaks down, and jeez. Because I don't have a big farm, I got a small one, so you can't have nice equipment.
Oh, yeah, you don't have $1 million worth of equipment.
Just no.
Yeah.
So I have junk equipment. That's it's junk. So,
It requires
but
fixing.
yeah, you gotta fix it every 2 or 3 times each crop, but it's so aggravating. But
I bet.
yeah, but I put up my own hay, so
I bet that saved you some money, though.
it's a lot. Yeah, yeah. You know, it depends on how much you yield, but you can if it yields good and stuff, you know, you can get hay for $40, $50, $60 a ton. You know, because
Right.
what you got into it, hard cost. You know, but
Yeah.
so depends on what it yields, but.
So that's why you're always moving pipe.
Yeah, luckily Cody takes over that, though it has been for the last few years, and I'm so grateful for that too, because don't have time to do it, you know,
Yeah.
first of all, and then, yeah. It's not my favorite. It's just hate farming so bad.
That's so funny.
Oh,
Are you still shoeing horses?
yeah, I shoe about 10, 12, 15 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, couple every day,
Nice.
2 or 3 every day. So, yeah, it's a pretty good thing. It's good and steady,
Yeah.
steady work, and
So you do your own, plus you got some outside clients.
quite a few outside clients. Yeah,
Yeah, you must be doing that many a day.
yeah,
I didn't realize you did that much shoeing.
yep, yep,
Interesting.
yeah, 2 or 3 a day, every day.
Is it mostly
morning.
performance horses or?
There's quite a few of those, and ranch horses. Yeah, yeah, ranch horses are just pleasure horses. Yeah,
That saves you some money too, I'm assuming,
yeah,
on not having to pay for a shoer.
yeah. I know. Yeah,
I know I really don't like writing that check every
No,
6 weeks, but
it's too
I do
big.
it.
I know. Yeah, but I go from Gooding to Shoshone, Richfield, Twin Falls. Got a couple clients down in Elko. I go down there a couple every other month. Do a big day down there, but yeah, all over around there.
Yeah. And then you, of course, train horses too.
Come home right all afternoon. And luckily, like our arena has some big trees along the side of it, so in the afternoon the shade gets over there, and
Nice.
it's 10 degrees cooler in the shade over there, under there in the summertime. But there's only 6 weeks in the summer that's really hot. you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's not bad.
Yeah. So you've been training horses essentially your whole life.
Yep.
Can you think of any like really influential people that have kind of guided you along the way to help you create the program that you have now?
I wouldn't pick one. I'm about 90% self-taught, but I had our cow horse group years ago used to get one of the top NRCHA guys to come in about once a year, different one each year, to come in and do a clinic. So I'd go to that one clinic, and the good ones like Sandy Collier several times, Ron Rawls. I think we had John Roser once, Jake Gorel. I don't know, a bunch of them, and Lynn Anderson, several. But anyway, they'd come there and do the clinic, and so I'd go home all year and do what they told me. Tried
Right.
as good as I could.
Right.
So then the next year somebody else come in and I'd go ride with them and I'd do everything they told me. So I'd change everything.
Oh no, just scrap it all and start over.
But I got a lot of tools from a lot of different people, and you kind of you figure out that there's no right or wrong way. There's no one way. There's no wrong answer. Whatever works.
Yes.
Whatever works for you. And they might tell you something that works for them on this particular issue. And I'm not saying they're wrong, but it didn't work for me.
Right.
So it worked for them apparently, but it didn't work for me.
Right.
So you figure out, somebody else showed you something else for the same issue. That worked for me. So you kind of take pieces of everybody and make your own thing.
So you eventually kind of stopped scrapping everything and just
Kind of put
Picking
it all,
and choosing?
picking and choosing what works for me.
yeah.
Yeah. Took me a long time to figure that out. And it's still kind of working for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sometimes.
you're doing great. Yeah.
Sometimes.
It seems to be working for you just fine now.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a hard struggle. I didn't have the opportunity to work for somebody and learn it from the inside at all. It
That's
was
so
all,
rare.
yeah, it
For
was all
somebody
on
at
my
your
own.
level, that is extremely rare.
It was all pretty much on my own, putting it
And
together.
it's so different than it is now. I mean, now there's so many online resources.
Oh,
Like
yeah, there was none of that.
you can find so much
No.
information.
When
Back
I,
then, there wasn't even like books that many or
nope,
like videos or
nope, nothing like that. No, I had never even, when I was growing up, I hadn't heard of a cow horse at all. I had never seen a cutting or reining, anything.
really.
No. I was probably 12 or 14 years old before I knew that horse had a left and a right lead. I did not know that.
Isn't that funny?
I've ridden a million miles my whole life,
Yeah.
and I didn't know there was I didn't, and then once I found out there's a left and right, who cares? What
Yeah, what difference did it make?
doesn't make a difference when you're going down the road.
Well, when you're 12, you don't really care if it's rough or
No,
feels out of
didn't
balance
know.
or unstable. You just go.
So I didn't know. So
Yeah. So what steered you towards the cow horse world then?
I was over in Rupert shoeing horses over there at a guy's place, and another friend of mine, a guy I'd ridden some horses for, we were talking about, he had done a little bit at cow horse, Rod King, and he had done a little bit of showing there at the Magic Valley, was a little bit involved in that, and was talking about it and telling me about it, and I thought, well, this sounds interesting, so the guy I was at, the place I was shooting at, he had some videotapes, VCR tapes of the finals at Reno. And so he let me borrow those, and I watched these, and I was astonished at how good these 3-year-olds were. They're 3-year-olds, and they're sliding and turning, and I couldn't believe it. I was impressed. So this is I like this,
Yeah.
And I was naive enough to try it because I didn't have a clue about any of it.
So by try it, you mean you like went home and hopped on a horse and
Well,
tried it?
yeah, and I started messing around there, and I had a paint horse I was showing, or not showing, a paint horse had started for some folks, and he was pretty snorty and pretty bronky, but he was pretty athletic, and he could kind of turn around a little bit. I'd play with it a little bit, and so I kind of liked, I didn't know anything what I wanted, so I bought him from the guy, 3-year-old. He was 2 coming 3, so I bought him from the guy. He was pretty snorty, a little bronky, and started playing with it a little bit, and he didn't even have papers. Just a paint horse.
Grade paint
Just
horse.
a grade paint horse. But he had kind of turned around, and he had somewhat stopped. Not really. I thought he could, but he was cowy. He probably was terrible, but he was,
He'd watch
So
it.
yeah, he'd kind of watch a cow. So they had the Utah URCHA had a summer series. They still do. They had a summer series, and so they had a rookie class. So I entered up. I'd never seen a cow horse show other
In
than on
person?
those, not in person, just on those videotapes. That's
Oh
it.
my gosh.
So I went over there. It was in Promontory, Utah, Boyd Udy's place there. Drove over there by myself and didn't know anybody. I mean, I am out of my, I don't know.
You are so brave.
I'm so naive.
You're
I'm so
so
stupid.
brave. Honestly, though, that's one of those like ignorance is bliss
Yeah, it
situations
was.
because you had no.
I had no
like,
clue.
That's great.
So entered this dumb thing, and I don't know. I did terrible. I was like 64 and a 63, but I won the class. There was like 5 or 6 in it, but that won the class.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I thought.
So then you're like, well,
Yeah,
heck
I was
yeah.
like, I knew it wasn't good, but I knew I won the class. Maybe I can do that again. So I went to every one of them. They had 3 or 4 or 5 of them. I don't know, through the summer, and ended up winning the year-end thing. And I probably didn't score more than a 65 all year.
That's funny.
So, yeah, but they had their finals, and I didn't even know if fence work went with this. But for their final show, you had to do the fence work also on my paint horse with no papers. So they turned it in, and I run this cow, and I run up and down, and I did. They told me, turn each way, circle each way. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Yep. Okay.
So wait, was there not fence work in the previous classes?
No, it's just herd work and dry work. That's all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no fence
Okay.
work. So it was just
So
for the
this is your
finals.
first time?
fence run ever. Ever.
In the finals.
In the finals.
At the year-end show.
Yep.
Okay.
And so they turned the cow out. I chased it around, and I don't know. They scored a 73. I still remember. Scored a 73.
What?
And Brandon Butters, I didn't know him, but he was there, and he comes up and he says, "What are you trying to do? Make us all look bad and stuff." So this is a long time ago.
Amazing.
So I still remember that. But and then so So then I'm thinking, well, that was easy because I grew up on the ranch. I mean,
Right.
chasing cow around
Yeah.
wasn't that.
Wasn't
So,
that out of your wheelhouse by
but
any
then I
means?
probably didn't score above 70 for 5 years after that. So I am not kidding. It was horrible. And I'm too dumb to stop. I mean,
Well, we're nothing if we're not persistent.
hard-headed, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but it was probably 5 years before I even scored a 70 again. But
That's so funny.
yeah,
Wow. First time down the fence.
that was the first time, and it worked out good.
That's one way to go about it.
Yeah, but it couldn't happen again. So
What year did you take your grade paint horse down the road for the first year?
no, I showed him that year, and I think I sold him the next summer. It seems like I sold him the next summer.
What year was it that you got started?
Oh man, that was,
Because you've been in the business a while. haven't you?
yeah. I have a 3-digit NRCHA number. That's how long I've been around.
3-digit.
Yeah, 826.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've been around a long time. You'd think I'd be better than that, but for
Yeah,
as long as I've been around,
you're
but I
doing
took
great.
the hard route to get there.
You're doing great.
The hard road to get there. Oh man, it had to have been in the 90s when I started on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be. It was late 90s because the first year I went to Reno on Roxy's Pepper, that was 2001. So it was 3 or 4 years before that.
Okay. So what did you upgrade to after your grade paint horse?
I sold him, and then what did I have after that? I can't remember.
Another personal owned horse? Or?
Yeah, and then another guy brought me another paint horse. He was not bad. He was getting a little better, Still not. I didn't know any different, but I thought he was good. But
Yeah.
but
You got to climb that ladder,
yeah,
though, right?
slowly.
You're not
So,
going to get the
yep.
best one first.
Nope. And then 2001, Roxy Pepper come along, and he was my first horse that I had some real success on. And I trained him all that year. They had Central Idaho Fraternity in Arco, and it was one of the ones, they didn't have Intermountain Range Cow Horse Association then, but it was one of the shows that was in this area, a fairly good sized one of the main shows. And I went there and won that on him against all these guys. And these guys, all of them, they're still here now, Dan and all these guys, and Jake was there. I don't know who all was there. I didn't know very many of them very well, but they're all the same people. Anyway, I won it on him, Roxy's Pepper, won Central Idaho Fraternity, and I thought that was huge. So the very next weekend was Magic Valley, it was there in Rupert then, and so I showed him there and got second behind Dandy Reynolds. She beat me by 2 or 3 points, but
Not a bad person.
no, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I got second, so I was first on that show and second on the second. So I thought I got this figured out. So we're entered in Reno. So I'm taking Roxy's Pepper down there, and I think I am going to kill it. I got it.
I'm taking home the
I
championship.
got it. Oh man, I didn't even come close. Yeah, I was so in over my head. But that was the first one I kind of had some success on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But good horse, he was good. I still have him. I didn't. They had him. We showed him for several years after that, and then they sold him, and he got sold here and around, and then 3 or 4 years ago, a kid down there in Utah had him, and for his kids, and he's old now. And
Yeah. He's late 20s. He's got to be.
yeah, late 20s. He's like 27, or maybe he's old. 2001 he was 3, so
Yeah.
whatever the math is. But anyway, his kids had outgrown him, and for somehow we found out that he was. So I got my grandkids. So I got him back for my grandkids, and they rode him around 2 or 3 years, and I still have him. He's out in the
I
pasture.
love that.
Yeah,
How cool is that?
yeah, he's
Full
still
circle.
Yep, he come back home, and I still have him. So
Earned his retirement.
yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun on him. He could stop. He was a stopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that rotten kid, he was handy, good fence horse and big stopper, but like once a year he would break into and buck, and I mean cut in half, buck, and you couldn't tell. He wouldn't have a hump in his back, nothing. He would just buck, and he wouldn't do it again until next year.
Just had to get it out of his system.
Yeah, buck hard too. So but he must have quit that because he didn't buck any grandkids off, but.
I almost think they know.
Yeah, I
They
think
know
so
the
too,
difference.
because he never
Yeah.
did, but he would then. He would buck every now and again.
That's funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you couldn't pull him up. You couldn't tell he was going to buck. And then once he dropped his head and went to it, He was doing it. You couldn't pull him up.
I have a 27-year-old and I've had him since he was 2. And he was the same. Like every spring, the first time you ran him, he was gonna buck.
Yeah.
And luckily, he wasn't like super good at it. So if you planned on it, you knew it was coming, you
Yeah.
could ride it, it'd be
Right.
okay. So last winter, he hadn't been rode in some time. My daughter wanted to teach a lesson to a little kid on him. So we pull him out of the pen. I was like, well, let's take him into the indoor and ride him. And just hop on bareback and go. I hand her just some random Snaffle bit that's in the trailer, you know. And she's, Mom, I'm like, she calls me. I was outside the arena. You need to come in here and bring a different bridle. I go in there and he's up on the bit 27 and just like, and I'm like, oh
no.
crap. Like, hop off. I'll get on him. I hop on and I'm loping around there bareback and he is just cracking in half. But he's so old at this point, it's
can't-
pitiful, you know. And I'm bareback just laughing at him and he's just, and I'm like, you're 27.
Yeah. Not broke yet?
Still not broke.
I know. Some of them just can't help it.
Oh,
He was like that. He
so
couldn't
happy.
help it. Yep.
Yeah, that's okay. Just shows they have some heart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't hold it against him.
little try.
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't hold it against him. But he would do it.
yeah. So, when did you kind of venture into coaching in the rein cow horse world?
I don't know. I didn't really, but people would start coming over and riding with you, you know, and probably when I started getting a little more successful than I was, because I was terrible for a long time. But as soon as you get a little more successful, they come and ride, and, you know, they need some help. So their road is not as long as mine was.
Yeah,
Oh.
us non-pros appreciate you filling in
Yeah.
those blanks for us real
Yeah,
fast.
learning, because I mean, I learned it all the hard way. And I'm still learning a lot every year.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, they started coming around. There's been a lot of, anymore, there's 1 or 2, sometimes 3 or 4 come over every afternoon and ride.
Nice.
Different ones, trailer in there all the time.
that's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, a lot of them.
Do you like the coaching aspect?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it makes you a better horse trainer too, because you put what you're trying to tell them into words, where instead of like if you're just working your horse, you just kind of do it on feel, but you can't tell feel.
No.
You've got to explain it. And so it makes you think about it, analyze it a little better. I think it makes you a little better trainer
Right.
if you can coach, you
Right.
know, and then to put it down like that. And also some people can't coach. They don't have the patience for it. You know,
Right.
they get impatient with their clients, and that's no fun. You don't want to be that guy, because they're over here for their hobby that they're trying to learn, and it's supposed to be fun for them. And if you're grouchy, they don't like it, you know.
No.
So
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't go well.
no,
Steers people away from the
it
industry.
does.
It's bad for the industry.
It
as a
is,
whole,
yeah.
Really, it's.
And I
not
like
good
to
for
see the
anybody.
industry grow. I love
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of us depending on it in ways.
Yeah,
Financially.
different ways.
And yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
And I
And
like it to grow.
it's good for all of us if it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I've heard nothing but great things about your coaching. I know you do some clinic work too with Magic Valley and
Several clinics. I've done even I've done some little ones for different groups. I've probably done 5 or 6 this year.
oh, really? Yeah.
Yep. Just
You-
this year.
Yeah. And all aspects of the cow horse or
Yeah. Different levels too. We had one that was just a boxing clinic for a little stock horse group over there in Twin, that we did the reining one day and boxing the second day. And what else? We've had a couple cutting ones, herd work ones, and a lot of reining and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
helping with that,
yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah.
So you've had quite the amount of experience coaching.
Yeah.
So for our listeners' sake, can you share with us maybe some advice that you see that would be helpful in a typical situation, whether that be training advice, riding advice, showing advice, any of it? Finding the right coach, any of those
Finding the
things.
right coach, and it's like finding the right horse. Not everybody fits each other. You know, you got to find the right spot for you. And like I said, coaching or training it, everybody does it a little bit different, and nobody's wrong.
Right.
Whatever works. There's no wrong answer. Whatever works. As far as showing advice, And it took me a while to to learn this, but you can't win anything if you're afraid to lose. And what I mean like that, if you go in there to run your pattern to not lose, you're going to score a 69, 70. Well, a 70 and a 67 pays the same, nothing.
Yeah.
So 70 is not going to work. So if you're just going in there to not lose, you're still not going to win.
Right.
So you got to go in there and challenge it a little bit. Don't be afraid to lose, you know. So you got to ride the edge. It's got to be, I got to ride hard enough to score, but not so hard and fast that you blow it.
Right.
There's a fine line there, and you got to find that.
Right.
So,
And a lot of that, don't you think, comes down to knowing, like, I think sometimes people try to ask something of their horse that
yeah,
it's not ready for, or that they hadn't really practiced or didn't
Nope.
have really nailed down at home.
right. You got to show the horse you brought. Don't try to show the horse you want, because if you try to show the horse you want, you're gonna turn a 71 run into a 61,
Right.
and so that won't work. You can't do that. You got to know your horse's capabilities and show him as good as you can. You got to try to sell that horse to the judge, and look at it as like that judge is the buyer, and there's 10 horses in this class, and he's trying to pick one. Which one does he like the best? So I gotta make him think mine's the best one today.
Right.
He might not be the best horse, but he's got to be the best one today.
Right.
So,
Right.
so you got to show the good stuff, kind of cover up the bad stuff. You know, if he's limited in his turnaround or something, you just make it a 0 turnaround if you can. Because if you have a 0 turnaround horse and you try to spin him around fast, it's -half all day because they can't do it.
Right.
You know, it's like those horses that are limited in their ability. I'm somewhat tall, but I can't play basketball with those guys. I don't care how much coaching I have. I can't do it. So
Right.
same with the cow horse. You know, if he's at 70 turnaround, that's all he's got. And
Right.
you start thumping on him trying to make it more than that. He just can't. So,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
you know,
Focus on your strengths.
yeah, show your strength. If he's got a big stop, show off that. Get through the turnaround with minimal problems, you know, and do the best you can. But
Yeah. So when did you get your judge's card and kind of step into that aspect?
oh man, when was it? A long time ago. I don't know what year it was. Been a long time. Probably 20 years ago. Easy
Wow.
20 years ago. Probably more than that.
Really?
Yeah, a long time ago. And I don't even know why. We just thought it was something to do. Go to take the judge's class to kind of learn, because like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. So I don't know what they're looking for.
Right.
Why don't I score more? You know, so take the judge's class, what they're looking for, and then decided to take the test. Took the test the first time, flunked it. So I had to take it again. Passed it that time, and then you get a club show here, club show there, a judge once in a while, you know, and kind of try to learn how to do it. And it's there again. It's kind of, you take the seminar, the judge's seminar every couple of years, and I used to take it anytime it come around close. We're required to I wouldn't say recertify, but to take our class again every 3 years, required. And so I would take, anytime one come around that was close, I would take it even if I wasn't required to. I'd take it anyway. So a lot of classes, get a little better, start getting a show here or there to judge. And looking back now, I don't know why they hired me back, because it was terrible. So I didn't know. So
Well, we're never good at anything we do right
until
away.
you start doing it, you just got to get in and do it.
it.
And
Judging's probably no different.
judging, yeah, it takes a while to learn how to judge. And judging's hard. People think you're just sitting up there on the padded seat watching a horse show. It is not. It's so much work. It is
To me, it
exhausting.
seems grueling.
Oh, it's grueling and it's exhausting. It's so hard. And if you're not exhausted at the end of it, you're not doing a very good job. You're not trying hard.
Yeah.
Because, like I always say, anybody can judge one run. Most people could judge one set. A lot of people can judge an hour, but there's not very many who can judge 16 hours, 10 days in a row.
I guarantee I could.
So that list is pretty short. Who can do
That's a
that?
very short list.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's because, if you got 200 horses entered and they're running a 3-circle pattern, or that's 6 circles, 200 horses, that's like, what, 1,200 circles?
It's too much.
And you're watching every stride of that circle, not
Yes.
just the circle.
Yeah. looking for any follow
Oh,
lead, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it's
That's
exhausting. It's
so
hard.
much.
It's harder than you think. Like people sit there, they can go to the bathroom when they want. They're chit chatting, talking. The judge is focused,
Yes.
and it's all day. It's hard.
Yes. I mean, just being up there and videoing and not even like being an arena photographer like Kira,
Yeah,
I can come and go. I have to be there for certain horses, but I
right.
don't have to be there for every horse.
Yeah,
But even just that, I struggle sometimes like to
yeah.
stay focused. I cannot imagine
It's hard.
judging. I mean, and even like the arena photographer, that's even that she can at least look away
Look
here and
away
there,
and
not have to study every
talk with
stride,
somebody, and
chat with
yep,
somebody for a split second.
yep.
You guys have to be dialed in.
Dialed in
Yeah.
from first horse to the last.
Yeah.
And everybody makes a mistake. A judge will make a mistake, and you feel bad about it. But
But you're human.
yeah, and Bill told us once, the best umpires, the best officials at the NFL, they are wrong about what he say, 15% of the time or something.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
That's
And
a
he
higher
said,
percentage than I would have thought.
yeah, they're wrong that much. And he says if you're judging and you only make a mistake 15% of the
Yeah.
whole show, you're as good as anybody.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so
I mean, that's just the reality of our sport. Like we're being judged by humans. We're asking if
it's
we're
not.
long.
Yeah, it's not a
It's
machine.
not a clock. It's
Nope.
not a timer.
It's not. You're not a machine.
It's yeah.
So and the good judges. Some people are better judges than others, but I think everybody tries.
Oh, I
They
agree.
they try to do a good job, and some of them are more talented at it than others. But everybody tries.
Right. Yeah.
So
I agree. I agree.
and it's hard. And I know not everybody, but sometimes you feel like, oh, he messed up on mine or something. Well, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But at the same time, I look at it as sometimes you're 68 when you should have been a 72, and sometimes you were 72 when you should have been a 68.
I agree.
So it balances out.
I 100% agree. I haven't been in this sport for a long time by any means, but even in my short career, I've had it go both ways.
Sure.
And it's averaged out. It's
It
washed
does.
out.
It
For
does.
sure.
Yep.
I mean, in that moment, you might feel robbed or you might feel
Right.
like you got away with something, but it evens out.
It evens out. It
Yeah.
does. And the judges try. They all try hard. And there's a lot of good ones. I enjoyed working with different guys and
Yeah.
getting to know them. You get to know them. You spend a week with them or two. You know them pretty good. But
And we were just talking earlier. You judged the world's greatest horseman this last year.
yep, I've judged it twice now.
Yeah. What's that experience like?
Oh man, the first time I judged it, it was either 2000 or 2001. I can't remember which. But I'm sitting there in the judges box in the Will Rogers Coliseum, down in the herd, down in the arena, in the judges box, and I'm looking around at the ceiling and the lights and everything, and I'm thinking of the horses that's been in this arena and the trainers that's been in this arena, the money that's won in this arena, and I'm sitting in this seat.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
It's a lot of pressure.
Oh, how did I get myself into this mess? So, and it was really humbling, and it was one of the coolest things I've ever done, because you can enter the world's greatest. I mean, making the finals is a big accomplishment, but you can enter the event. But to get this chair,
Yeah.
the judge's chair, not everybody gets that chair,
No.
and that was cool.
That is very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, and I was very, very humbled about that.
Oh, for sure. What a great
Yeah.
accomplishment.
So,
Yeah.
and so I've judged that twice. Judged the world show, I think 4 times, and Stallion Stakes 4 or 5 times, and different ones. But
Some
Canada's greatest horseman once, and so
all the way
yeah.
from Big Piney to the world's greatest
Yeah.
horseman to
know.
you've been all over the map.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been a good career.
So, tell me how does judging affect your performance personally, as well as the way you coach your non-pros?
I tell them a lot of the coaching part is I'll tell them, and I can't really explain it because you think about it when it happens, but they'll be doing something or something, and I'll tell them as a judge, this is what I'm looking for right here, or do it this way because of that as a judge. But I can't think of any specific instances, but I say that a lot.
Right. Right.
What was the other question?
Your own performance.
Yeah, it made me a better showman. It made me understand a lot more what they're looking for and how, and and understand the penalties a little more, different things like to avoid penalties. So unnecessary penalties. A lot of times somebody will turn their cow and they'll have two good turns and they're set up, they should go to the middle, but they run up there to make a third turn and don't get it and they go around the corner. Why did you do that?
Right.
You didn't even need to. And you were set up to circle.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they just did, but you see a lot of that sort of thing, makes you a better showman.
For sure.
Yeah.
Did it make you kind of look back at some choices you had made
Oh
in some
yeah,
previous runs?
oh yeah. So you started judging more, I started showing better,
Yeah,
started understanding some things.
I bet.
Yeah.
I took the judges course years ago. I think it was my first year that I started competing, trying to understand because,
Sure.
when you first start and you look at those scorecards, you're like,
Oh, I couldn't even read
what the
them.
heck am I looking at? Like, I don't know what any of this means. I don't
yeah.
know what's good, what's bad. And it's a subjective sport and that there's things that are just irritating. So,
Yeah.
like we all have our little things that irritate us.
Sure.
And so I really wanted to get more perspective and I took that course and I don't know. I think it's a good idea for non-pros to go do that so that they can understand. But I mean, what are some little tidbits that you could pass on to people that are listening from a judge's perspective? Like, hey, maybe try to do this or maybe avoid doing this.
The biggest thing I see, and it's probably because like the straight up non-pros, those guys are professionals. They're handy.
Good.
They're good. They show good. But the lower levels of the boxing and the lower levels of the non-pros, the main thing is challenge your pattern, challenge your circles, because they lope around there, their fast circle and their slow circles the same speed, and you can't credit it
Right.
at all. And then their rundowns the same speed, and there's a little short stop, a little soft turnaround,
Yeah.
and they get a 70 at best.
Yeah.
And we watched 80 boxers today, not
Yeah.
to hear, but I judge
judges,
it. Yeah. And so, and 65 of them run the same pattern. And like I said, if you're trying not to lose, you're not going to win.
Right.
So so the top end of those, you watch, and that's something I did when I first started is and people should probably do that, is go video who won your class and watch your video and their video and see what they're doing that you're not doing.
That's good advice.
And I did do that. There'd be like Dan would be there or something. I'd buy the video of the whole class and go and watch it, and I'd see who won it and watch them and watch mine. And I got to be doing what they're doing. My horse didn't look like that. That's why I didn't win. So
That's good advice.
yeah,
That's
I did
really
do
good
that
advice.
because I didn't have any coaches. I didn't have anybody to tell me.
Right.
Nobody to tell me what I was. They're not going to tell me. They're taking my money.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they're telling me
Yeah.
what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
So
Yeah.
no, I didn't have anything to start with. I had a Bob Loomis reining book. That's what I had.
A Bob Loomis training book.
Yep. So yeah, before I'd go to the little Utah practice shows, going back to that, I'd flip open the night before, we're supposed to leave in the morning, and I'd flip it over and read through the reining and kind of how to get through the pattern. That's what I had. I didn't have any help at all.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I know, and I was too naive to know any different. So
That I admire that on a major
don't know.
level, like because
Pretty
I have
dumb.
sought help from so many people, and I've been very, very fortunate to get advice from some very talented people.
sure,
I cannot imagine
yeah,
because I ask questions constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly.
there's nobody around it, And then I went over road with Annie a couple times, once 1 year, and then 10 years later, no, a couple times.
Right.
And she's amazing and
Phenomenal.
good coach, and she helped me a lot, and she still would. I haven't been I've only been there twice, but I always felt like I was intimidated by her because she's incredible,
She's so
and I didn't want to be wasting her time. I'm over here wasting your time. You know what I mean?
Right,
So I didn't want to
yeah.
bother her. But
Yeah.
I got twice with her, and I mean, that's not much.
No.
So-
No. Yeah, you're brave.
It's dumb is what it is.
No, you're not, because you
is.
figured it out. So it's
Oh,
obviously not a lack of
yeah.
intelligence. Like you found the way, but
Like I said, it's
you
not
definitely
been.
didn't do it the easy way.
No,
That's for
it
sure.
was not easy. Jeez. No.
So back to the judging. So that differential, like making the difference in the pattern,
Yep.
the speed
Run up
and
there
the
and,
rate
and challenge your pattern. And as far as like a judge, we're sitting there watching the class, and this one comes in and he lopes around there and you give him a score, and this one lopes around there and give him a score. And then one of them comes in there and shows their horse. And you're sitting up and you're like, finally, somebody I can score.
right.
And I'll score them. And then they lope around there and they score. So you got 10 70s. I want to pay somebody. Somebody's got to win. So when somebody comes in there and actually shows their horse, I want to pay them because I want to find somebody.
Right. And it's, I love that you put it that way because, so often I think, we just actually had this conversation with another person I interviewed. But so many times people think that the judges are sitting up there to look for faults. But
No.
you guys are up there honestly looking to
I want to
reward
pick a winner.
somebody.
I want to pick one, and
Yeah.
I'll pay them. I want to pick a winner, not looking at faults. And the thing about there's two parts of judging. One part is the penalties, and those are facts.
Yeah.
You're out of leader.
You just
not.
have to.
They're
It
facts.
sucks. Yeah.
They're
You
facts.
just have to.
You're either out of leader or you're not. You drug a leader, whatever. Penalties are facts. You missed the marker. They're facts. Now the maneuver score is opinion,
Right.
and based on some criteria and stuff. We're looking for form, quality, and speed, and all that. But their opinion, whether it's a 0 or a plus half or a minus half, an educated opinion, I guess.
Yeah.
But the penalties are facts, and I'm not looking for penalties. They just jump out at you.
Which is why they're reviewable.
The major ones
You're
are.
looking for a fact.
Yeah, the major ones are the major penalties. 2 points are up.
Yeah.
Except for markers.
Okay.
Stop markers, but.
Oh, I didn't realize you guys couldn't review stop mark.
No, because you can't see them good on the camera. You don't.
Different angles. Yeah, that makes sense.
You can't review them. Don't review those. But any other major penalty, if there's two judges or more, and you don't all three agree or 5 or whatever, if everybody has one person has a major penalty and the others don't, we have to review it.
Gotcha.
And I never. Sometimes you're sure that there's a penalty. Somebody missed it, whatever, but y'all need to take a look at it, double check it. So, but I never, sometimes you go into a review on something and you're like, I'm looking to not call the penalty. I don't want to call the penalty, but I have to review it to see if it's there or not. So,
Right.
yeah, I don't want to call penalty.
No.
I
But
don't,
it's, like
on
you said,
anybody.
it's a fact.
But it's a fact. And I'm just writing down the news. I'm just reporting the news, whatever happened out there. I want you to take your video, look at your scorecard, and my scorecard should match your video. I mean, if there's a penalty, it's there.
Right. So there was one more note that your family member sent to me that I really want to touch on because I'm intrigued. They said something about a Canadian COVID experience.
Yeah,
Tell me about that.
that was an adventure. So whatever your COVID was, I don't know, 20, what was it?
2020?
I don't even remember. Something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, so they called me to come and judge a show up in Canada. I'd never been to Canada. I'd never been out of the country at all. So this was during COVID. So we look at the regulations. They looked, I looked, and it says if you're traveling for business, you're good to go. Okay, traveling for business. So I fly up there, get into Vancouver, I think, I don't know, and go through their little customs thing. And they said, you need to go get in that line over there. So they took me to that line. They kind of looked at their stuff and said, you need to go in that back room over there. So I go in there, and then they said, you need to go in the very back room back there.
Uh-oh. Is that where they like strip search people and
Just
stuff?
about, yeah, pretty much. And there's like 7 guys here, and they're all in these little shirts that are too small for them, and they're got a chip on their shoulder, and you're the American, and they're gonna push you around, so they won't let me through.
So you're in Canada.
I'm in Canada. Yeah, they got my passport.
Oh.
They have my passport. So they decide non-essential travel. You can't be here.
For work?
Yeah. So the show starts tomorrow, and I'm stuck in the airport right now.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. So anyway, while I'm sitting there in this interrogation room, kind of like this one. So,
You kind of feel like you're being
Yeah,
interrogated
kinda
all over
same thing.
again.
yeah, and there's 7 guys sitting around, and they're asking me about what am I doing? What you doing up here? And I'm trying. You can't explain a cow horse show to anybody that doesn't know.
Oh,
Try to
seriously.
explain.
Oh, people ask me what I do all the time, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't
You
know.
can't explain it.
I just show them one of the videos I
Exactly.
made. I'm
So,
like,
so I'm trying to explain it, and they're not getting it, and they're grilling me a little bit, So, well, right at the same time, I think it was Fort Worth was going on. The Fort Worth Snaffle Bit Fraternity was going on at the same time, and so I says, "Well, pull that up. They're playing it live right now. This is what I'm doing. I'm judging one of these over here." So they're watching it, and then the herd work's going on, and Clay Bulmer's riding in on his horse, and one of the guys says, "Can you judge this run?" So I said, "Okay." So I watched the run, and he puts on a pretty good run, and I'm watching it, and I think, if I was scoring that, I'd scored a 72, 72 and a half right in there. So I said 216, 217 right in there. So right then they announced 216 and a half. I hit it bullseye. And they're like, "Okay,
you're
this is
legit.
what you're doing." So, but they won't let me through. So they got my passport. So they put me on a shuttle to the motel where I'm in quarantine.
They're like,
Oh yeah, I'm in quarantine.
they're like locking you up.
And I got a piece of paper that says it's a $500,000 fine if you leave this room.
What?
Yep, and we will arrest you without warrant. So if you leave this room.
$500,000.
Yeah. So I ride the shuttle over to the motel, go to the front desk. I got to get a room. This is where I'm at. This is where I got to be. This is where I have to be. So
I thought Canadians were friendly. What's happening?
yeah, no,
I'm just
those
kidding.
guys in there weren't. The rest of them are. Everybody else there is awesome. But,
Yeah, they are great.
but those guys, they were just pushing me around. But so I go to the desk, go to check in, and my card won't work because I was out of the country and I didn't tell my bank so my card won't work. So it's locked
They
down.
didn't even pay for you had to pay for your own
Yeah, my own
quarantine room.
quarantine room. So my card's locked down.
Insult to injury.
I know. Looking back, I'd have said, "You buy me a room where I'm staying right here."
No kidding.
Not my problem.
I'll sit right here in the lobby.
Yeah, exactly. And they would have probably paid for it. But my card won't work. So I get out my phone to call the bank to tell them I'm in Canada. It's okay. It's me. My phone don't work out of the country either.
Oh my gosh, Carl.
So I'm in a foreign country and detained in quarantine with no phone, no passport because they still have it at the airport, and no money.
And you can't go anywhere
And I
or you're
can't
going
go
to be
anywhere.
arrested.
And yeah, and I've got $1,000 in cash with me, but they won't take American there at that motel.
What?
So I'm like, now what? So I catch the shuttle back to the airport. I go back and I said, "You tell me what to do because
Yeah.
I got nothing." So some lady was there, heard my sob story so I took out some cash and gave her some cash. She went over and got some Canadian money, and then I could go back and pay for my room.
Oh my gosh.
So I have to order room service because I can't leave to eat dinner. So they bring me a hamburger and a Coke for like $25.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
ouch.
awesome. So I got to be at the airport at 4:00 the next morning. So I'm there at like 3:00. I'm on time.
Like, I'm not
Yeah,
getting stuck
no, I'm
here.
not leaving. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm not messing this up. So they take you right to the front of the line, sit there with you in the line, and when the airplane doors open, they hand you your passport, and you're the first one on. So that was my Canadian experience.
So what did this show do with
They had to find somebody local. I don't know who could judge it. I don't even know. So yeah, it wasn't me. So they sent me home. So then I fly home. Well, then at the airport, they're getting me a ticket, and so they're like, all we got to do is fly you to the United States, to Seattle. After that, you're on your own to find your way home. So that's fine. I want to just get out of here. But anyway, so she's looking for a ticket that'll fly me back to Boise. I flew out of Boise. And so the ticket lady, she's looking and she says, "I found one here for $1,100. And I said, "Nope, I'm not paying that. $1,100 she's for this ticket." And I said, "Nope, I'll stay here till Monday. I have a ticket on Monday. I'll just wait for that." And she's like, "Well, let me look again." So she looks around and says, "Oh, I found it here for 110 or something."
That's a
Yeah.
drastic difference.
She was going to pocket $1,000. So, but I didn't buy for that. So
Wait, were you wearing like a sticker that said "mess with me"?
I know
or, like, what was happening?
they had me and they knew it. So I fly home, get into Boise, get off the plane, pick up my bags, get in my car. I'm going home. Get to the little. How do you get out of the parking? My card won't work. I can't get out of the airport.
Oh, they still shut your card
So
off.
I'm like, I can't get out of here. So yeah. So you're holding up traffic in line until somebody comes over here so you can pay them. It's
Oh
like,
my
yeah, that was the trip that went in. It was terrible.
I bet you were slightly frustrated by the time you got
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. So the next time they called me to come back, I'm like, oh, I'm not sure I want to do that. But I did. I went back. It was, everything went smooth that time, but
No more COVID, so
no,
they
yeah,
loosened up a
they
little
loosened
bit.
up on that, but.
I mean, that's why it all happened, right? Was
Yep,
because
it
of the
was
COVID
it was
restrictions.
COVID. They shut it
Oh
down.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
non-essential travel. They deemed it so.
That is so funny to
So
me.
that was an adventure.
Wow.
My first trip to Canada, first trip out of the country. I'm in a foreign country, detained in quarantine, no phone, no money,
No
and no
money, no
passport.
passport.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
You're starting thinking, can I swim the river to get home, or what's the deal?
Hopefully it was
I know.
warm that
Yeah,
time of year
yeah, it
because
wasn't bad, but
that country is pretty cold.
that was an adventure. That was not fun.
Oh, the experiences judging has brought you,
Yeah,
right?
there's been some fun ones. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was that was the best one though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Carl, it's getting late. I know you got a show tomorrow
Yeah,
and probably still have to do chores tonight, I
yeah.
assume.
Still got to finish that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Yeah, those horses, they like to eat.
I know. They
Yeah,
eat more often than I.
that's the truth. Yeah. But I sure do appreciate you being here
Well, thank you.
and sharing your insight with us. I know you have a ton of experience and knowledge. We probably could have kept talking for 2 more hours. I don't
Yeah.
think I even checked half off the list that your family
Oh,
sent me,
oh
but
man. Yeah, I don't know. Not that interesting, really.
no,
But
you are. It was great, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the work that you do as a judge, because I know sometimes that's thankless, and without you guys, we wouldn't have a show.
no, and they told us, you know, the world's greatest horsemen are the world's greatest trainers with the world's greatest horsemen and the world's greatest horses. They deserve the world's greatest judges.
Oh, what a
So
compliment.
we try. We
Yeah,
try hard.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, really try
But the
hard.
fact that they even thought, you know what I mean? The fact that they think that that's your judging
I
skill
still
level
can't believe
is
it.
amazing and
I still
incredible
can't believe it.
compliment.
And like I
And
said, when I was sitting in the Will Rogers, I was overwhelmed.
yeah,
What an honor that was.
it is an honor.
Yeah.
But you've earned it. You've had a
Try.
successful career, a
Try.
long successful career.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is sometimes a thankless job, and I think
Mm-hmm.
people need to stop and think about what we're asking of you, those long days and that
Yeah.
consistency and attention to detail. There aren't many people that can do it well.
No.
And
And it's hard. And they try. Everybody tries.
yeah,
The judges, they try.
for sure. Yep.
So
I sure appreciate it, and I know most people do. So thanks for all
thank you.
that and for your coaching and all the good things that you're doing for the industry.
Yeah. I like to coach. It's share what I've learned, what
Yeah.
I learned the hard way. So,
Try to make it a little easier for
oh,
the next
man.
group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So if somebody's in the Jerome area or even outside of the Jerome area
Sure.
and looking for either training services or coaching services, what's the best way to find you?
I have a Facebook page, Karl Smith Performance Horses. Carl with a K.
Carl with a K, yep.
I always said my middle name should have been with a K. I have to say it everywhere. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look you up and
Yeah.
reach out and yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, we're going to let you get out of here, but thanks for being here
Okay. Thanks for having me.
and look forward to watching your show tomorrow.
Oh, we'll try.
Yeah, it'll be a good day.
I hope so. Yeah. We'll
Thanks
try.
everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. And thanks for coming along for the ride. Don't forget, use more leg.